All right, time for another Connor Murphy video. What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we are served another gem on a silver platter. Today we are going to be reviewing Connor's most recent video where he has called into action me to review his most recent, health endeavor. So, title of the video, Drinking My Own Urine in Public, Connor Murphy. And I've actually already watched it, and he talks about not only drinking his own urine, but in addition to that, he talks about eating his own shit. Yes, you heard me correctly. He not only eats the semen that he busts, but he eats the semen of other guys, and then he also drinks his own urine and eats his own shit, but only a little bit. So anyways, as far as, he makes some claims in this video about the, purported health benefits, why it makes sense, and sort of calls into question my answers from the previous video and tries to explain why I'm wrong about the oral bioavailability of hormones present in semen. So that's what we're going to be getting into. So I'm just going to play it through, and let's see what the comments are like actually first. So this like to dislike ratio is pretty aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a video called Eating My Own Poop for Divine Power. Next video, drinking my divine protein shake in public. At this rate, the next video is going to be him eating his own shit live on camera. So, yeah, I know. Imagine if this is an April Fool's joke, but no one gets it because he's crazy as fuck nowadays. Yeah, so you don't even know, dude. You don't even know. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to pretend this is legit. Like, I don't know if it's an April Fool's thing or not. Who knows, dude? So anyways, I'm going to react to it as if it was legit, because he does make points about the semen thing from the last video, and he actually has a pretty decent chunk of this video as the kind of like rebutting my analysis of the pharmacokinetic profile of hormones present in semen, which is interesting because it's like, why the fuck would you try and come back at me on that? I don't get it. So anyways, let's get into it.
So I drink my own urine for health benefits and have been for a couple months now. First of all, YouTube moderators, this video is not intended to shock, it is intended to educate. This video is made within a scientific, cultural, and spiritual context. Also, just to be clear, this is not medical advice. I'm simply telling you my research and my direct experience. So, I will show you exactly how I drink my urine and why, so stay tuned. But first, I would like to respond to the main criticisms of my last video, where I talked about ingesting semen for health benefits.
So this video, the ingesting semen one, was not an April Fool's thing. It was just a regular fucking video. The guy who actually was in the video reached out to me personally, and actually, I thought it might have just been a big troll, but apparently it, Connor does not seem to, his actions do not imply that it was just trolling. It seems like it's pretty serious. So anyways, my points still stand as far as what I think about the efficacy of it in a performance-enhancing context. So anyways.
If you have not seen that video, be sure to go watch it. So, more plates, more dates. Greg Doucette. I appreciate the response videos. I've been having a lot of fun with this. So, I hope you guys make a response video to this one as well.
You got it, dude. I don't even know at this point. It's like, I love this guy. He's just handing me fucking gold on silver platter like every week. I'm like, what am I gonna make a video about today? And like, boom, Connor Murphy eats his shit. I'm like, hello.
First of all, Derek from More Plates, More Dates says, I shouldn't be making claims without scientific...
Dude, look how fast I'm fucking talking. Holy.
...literature backing them up. But he did exactly that in his response video. He made the claim that the contents of semen aren't bioavailable when ingested orally.
Which they aren't. I said, okay, let's be clear. I said the hormonal contents. I never said the fucking nutrients you can get out of it. I said full well, you can get the macros, you can get the protein, you can get the nutrients in it. I never said that you can't get that shit. I specifically said you're not going to absorb any amount of testosterone that is going to be useful. You're not going to absorb any amount of nerve growth factor that is going to be useful. None of the shit is going to survive going through the gastrointestinal system. This shit is going to be destroyed. And even if it makes it through, when it has to deal with stomach acid, when it has to deal with first pass, like this shit is not going to survive, dude.
When there is absolutely no scientific literature or research that gives any evidence for that whatsoever.
Okay, so I don't really know how he's saying all this when I literally laid out pretty transparently why this shit just doesn't work. Like, there's a reason. Why was testosterone, why did they make methyl testosterone, for example? Why was there 17 alpha alkylation occurring in pharmacology? Why were they making these liver toxic oral steroids? Well, it turns out it's because the root androgen, testosterone, would not survive fucking oral ingestion. When you take it in, it is not going to yield sufficient blood serum concentrations to actually get to, target tissues and do a significant enough effect to even replicate therapeutic replacement. So no, having it in fucking semen, having it free form in fucking anything is not going to be working, dude. Same thing, oxytocin. Why do you shove it up your nose and fucking snort it? The same reason it's not going to survive when you ingest it orally. Same thing with nerve growth factor. None of this shit, when it comes to the survivability, oral bioavailability of this stuff, there's a reason there are like novel delivery mechanisms and improved ways of, like novel administration techniques that are going to improve the bioavailability. Is because the actual base structure of it is not going to survive simply ingesting it and just tossing it down your fucking gullet and hoping it makes it into your blood and like it gets to where it's supposed to go. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So that's why there's, interesting types of preparations like oil-based testosterone that you inject into your ass. There's a reason why creams work too, but there's a main reason why shit doesn't work when you just take it down your mouth, because it's not going to survive the digestion process. First pass through the liver. All this shit is going to destroy the fuck out of it to the point that it's totally unusable. So claiming, oh, there's no evidence of it. It's like, bro, the entire fucking foundation of the literature trying to discover new delivery mechanisms for these different hormones, the whole foundation of the literature is based on the fact that they're not orally bioavailable. Or else if they were, we'd all just be fucking taking random pills of shit and getting all the benefits we want. It does not work like that though with these hormones, unfortunately. With some hormones, they are orally bioavailable enough to actually yield a significant enough effect to be considered efficacious. However, for the shit that he's actually focusing on, he talked about the testosterone, he talked about the NGF, he talked about the oxytocin, talked about shit like that. That's kind of like the main stuff as far as I know that he is concerned with. That stuff's not going to survive, dude. In fact, NGF is not even going to cross the blood-brain barrier, even if it were to somehow survive getting past even your stomach acid. Like, this shit doesn't make sense, dude.
See, Derek made what is called an argument from ignorance logical fallacy. He assumed something to be false because there's no evidence saying it's true.
There's tons, bro.
With that logic, back in the time of Aristotle, because there was no evidence saying otherwise, the sun revolved around the earth, right? So you see how that doesn't make much sense, right? So also, there was a study done that found some components of semen detected in the bloodstream after females were exposed to it.
Okay, so when it says exposed, where exactly? In a sample of sexually active college females, which we all know is the most accurate fucking representation of what the pharmacokinetics of fucking hormones and semen is, condom use, and an indirect measure of the presence of semen in the reproductive tract, was related to scores on the Beck Depression Inventory. Not only were females who were having sex without condoms less depressed, maybe because it fucking feels better, but okay, but depressive symptoms and suicide attempts among females who used condoms were proportional to the consistency of condom use. For females who did not use condoms, depression scores went up as the amount of time since their last sexual encounter increased. These data are consistent with the possibility that semen may antagonize depressive symptoms, and evidence which shows that the vagina absorbs a number of components of semen that can be detected in the bloodstream within a few hours of administration. Okay, so like, let's compare the difference between absorption of hormones through the mucosa membrane versus your fucking throwing it down your gullet. Again, there's a reason these drugs have novel delivery methods, and it's because it's not going to survive going down your gullet. And that is why there are transdermal creams, intranasal fucking sprays, oil-based injections, shit like that. That's stuff that can actually work, and it actually gets delivered and gets to where it goes because it's not extensively destroyed when it goes through the GI and goes through the fucking first pass. So this kind of shit, like, I don't know if Connor realizes when you are literally injecting a load into a chick, for example, and you have this, you know, hormone-laden fucking cocktail of semen, if you were going to get some systemic absorption, the likelihood is way higher absorbing through the mucosa membrane in the fucking vagina that you're gonna get it in there and actually do some sort of effect rather than putting it down your mouth and having it get destroyed going through your system. There's a fucking massive difference in comparing oral ingestion to literal vaginal injection, essentially. It's not even comparable. There's a reason. Like, have you ever heard of fucking college kids who would like boof alcohol in like tampons and shit? What happened? They got super fucking drunk on way less alcohol. Why? Because it's literally going up the rectum and being absorbed like right into their bloodstream and skipping first pass, essentially. So like, why would you have to drink way more when you're doing it orally? Because it's going to not fucking survive the same way. It gets, you know, extensively broken down. And there's a reason why when you have it literally like mainlined into your system almost, not actually like IV'd, but you know what I mean? It's way more efficacious on a milligram for milligram basis if you were to actually, you know, equate somehow milligrams of fucking alcohol, but you know what I mean. So again, some of these, all of these hormones essentially, or at least the main ones we care about that we're discussing right now, are not going to survive oral administration to any kind of degree that would yield a significant enough effect for it to be worth eating semen, drinking piss, eating shit, at least in my opinion. Now, again, if you really wanted to take it to the next level, Connor, and you think this is a novel way to, you know, administer hormones in like a free way, because it's like, you know, free just excrement that you can just, you know, utilize whenever you want, you should be shoving it up your ass, dude. All this shit should be shoved right up your ass if you want maximum absorption. If you don't want it to be destroyed, you want this magical fucking stuff to be preserved in the best way possible, the number one way to get this stuff into your system would be shoving it up your ass, bro. Like, why aren't you doing that? That's what I want to know.
And not only that, but it was shown to have antidepressant effects. So,
by the way, like, any of that kind of stuff, you can have a study show whatever the fuck you want if you really try hard enough. Having somebody say, oh, you know, antidepressant. There's a fucking study that shows like peppermint is more effective than minoxidil at growing hair. You can fucking do anything nowadays, dude. I made a video called like the dirt in your backyard is more effective than minoxidil. Like nowadays, you can fucking tweak with shit so much that you can pretty much publish a paper that says whatever the fuck, let's be honest. So a bunch of chicks saying they had better well-being because they didn't use condoms. I'd have better well-being too. Condoms fucking suck, dude. They do. I'm not gonna say it's the semen for sure that did it, and even if it did, great. It's still not comparable to oral administration whatsoever.
The evidence shows that there's clearly some bioavailability of some of the components of semen when absorbed by the lady parts, right? So,
the lady parts, exactly. You're like, it's like you're saying it, but you're just not getting it.
How would it be irrational to say? Why would you automatically assume that the components of semen aren't bioavailable orally?
Because they aren't, bro. That's the whole fucking point. Why would you have a testosterone cream compounded in a pharmacy to be applied to a fucking chick's veg? It's because you can't just pop the pill and have it work the same, bro. This is the reason this shit is prepared in this way. Do you think it's more convenient to fucking apply cream to your ball sack or to a chick's veg? No, we would rather take a pill, but unfortunately testosterone's not orally bioavailable enough for it to fucking work that way.
Bioavailable, whatever. So think of the utility of semen. Why wouldn't it be the most bioavailable substance ever?
I don't know, it's just fucking not, dude. Free, maybe because it's being shot out of your system and your body is like trying to get rid of something. I don't fucking know, dude. You know, maybe it's meant to be preserving the fucking, help grow the thing that you're actually trying to inject into the human rather than re-ingest and then get destroyed in your fucking stomach.
Right? So this is just a blind assumption, okay? So let's also be clear. I never claimed which components of semen were bioavailable or responsible for the benefits that I am experiencing. The only thing I can really say is that I've noticed that I get an increase in energy that perfectly offsets the dip in energy that I would normally feel if I were to not ingest it.
No, that's fine, dude. Having like objective, improved well-being, even if it's placebo, like if it works for you, like great. But this almost like reminds me of like with Gorilla Mind, for example, we have no artificial colors in our pre-workouts. That's why they look like fucking dirt when you mix them, because there's no artificial anything. I could have put in, fucking FD&C red number fucking 40 or whatever I wanted to put in there and make everything look color coordinated to the flavor and shit, but instead we just left it looking like dirt. Now, our capsules, on the other hand, we had different capsules, colors for each kind of product. So for example, my sleep formula, I would have purple, it makes you feel like, tired, and it's not a high energy color. It's very mellow. It's very relaxing. Then I'd have for Gorilla Mind Rush, the high energy stimulant infused nootropic formula. I'd have orange capsules. It gets you, literally signifies like high energy productivity, like you're on fucking fire, like get the shit going kind of thing. That kind of stuff, in studies, you actually find that people who would ingest certain color capsules would see a perceived difference in actual effect based on what they're perceiving, like they're taking color coordination wise. So you take something that's, purple, it's like, oh, it's mellow. You take something that's fucking red, you're like a bit, it's a bit more upbeat, more high energy, more motivating, whatever. Like people actually have those kind of effects, even if they are placebo driven. Now for Connor, I'm just saying the scientific literature, dude, like this shit is not going to survive oral ingestion. At least the main ones that we're talking about here that are actually of concern that you're ingesting this shit for, what I would speculate, because I'm sure you're not doing it for the fucking minor amounts of nutrients and macronutrients. Like I'm assuming you're not ingesting this for the macronutrients, the the zinc, the whatever the fuck that you're gonna get out of it, the minor amounts of protein. Like there's, it's the hormone components, and of the hormones, there's a specific few that are of most, are highlighted as the most likely to be beneficial, and some are just like of less interest, of course. So even the ones that are of less interest, like how many are going to be surviving, dude? Like none. You're gonna get the actual nutrients from it. No one's fucking disputing that. The hormonal components, though, are not really gonna do anything, unfortunately. So, maybe some of them will survive to a minimal extent and can have some sort of perceived benefit, but like the main ones we're discussing here, NGF, testosterone, oxytocin, etc., fucking nothing, dude. So this is placebo driven, and that's fine, dude. Some people actually benefit from placebo. So if it works, like fuck, by all means. And I could be wrong, I guess. I'm just saying, like, based on all of my study of pharmacology, there's a reason these drugs are, like, why the fuck would you make a drug intentionally liver toxic when it would have survived oral ingestion anyways otherwise? Like, obviously you wouldn't, you just take it fucking orally. But no, in fact, they end up making them liver toxic on purpose, literally stressing out your fucking organ in order to survive. There's a reason why, dude.
And I've noticed a significant change in my physique quickly without changing my diet or workout regimen. Now, if I had to hypothesize, nerve growth factor is the component in semen that I am really excited about. It's not the testosterone, okay? I just mentioned that it had that to get people excited. That's not what I'm most excited about. People just know that, testosterone. They don't know what the hell nerve growth factor is. So not only does nerve growth factor promote neuroregeneration, which would make sense why my mind feels clearer, but low nerve growth factor has been linked to depression, which makes sense in relation to the semen and female depression study.
Okay, so NGF is not even going to survive the stomach acid, dude. And even if it got into your blood, it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. Like there's a reason, again, why this shit is being studied for ways to deliver it. Like they haven't even figured it out yet. They're still figuring it out. So no, you can't just, it's not like you figured out some special thing. Like, why is everyone not just ingesting their semen, bro? Like, I'm pretty sure people have thought of it, dude. There's a reason why the literature is looking into stuff like nanotechnological strategies for nerve growth factor delivery. No one's disputing the benefits of it. I have friends who actually inject NGF directly into their muscles and shit to try and get the benefits. I have guys who, Leo injects a fucking shit ton of things like cerebrolysin on a regular basis, but no one is eating their semen because it's a fucking waste of time. Therapeutic implications in Alzheimer's disease. So in here, they talk about neurotrophic factors such as NGF can prevent neuronal damage and rescue the cholinergic neurons that undergo cell death in Alzheimer's disease, reverse deposition of extracellular amyloid plaques, and improve cognitive deficits. However, NGF administration is hampered by the poor pharmacokinetic profile it's kind of what I said already, of the therapeutic protein and its inability to cross the blood-brain barrier, which requires specialized drug delivery system for efficient NGF delivery to the brain. This review covers the main therapeutic approaches that have been developed for NGF delivery targeting the brain, from polymeric implants to gene and cell-based therapies, focusing on the role of nanoparticulate systems for the sustained release of NGF in the brain as a neuroprotective and disease-modifying approach toward Alzheimer's disease. Lipid and polymer-based delivery systems, magnetic nanoparticles, and quantum dots are specifically addressed as promising nanotechnological strategies to overcome the current limitations of NGF-based therapies. So does that sound like what your semen has, bro? Polymer-based delivery systems, magnetic nanoparticles, and quantum dots. I don't recall busting a load that had fucking magnetic nanoparticles in it, bro. So I'm pretty sure you're wasting your time on that one.
Right? And we know that testosterone and depression are inversely related. When you have more depression, you usually have more cortisol, which leads to less testosterone, right?
It's almost like you didn't listen to me at all. Like, at all. It's just like, you didn't fucking look it up. It's like, bro, I literally explained in the first video. I'm just like, this is so redundant right now, I feel like.
So, semen may very well increase testosterone due to the nerve growth factor. See, there's more than one pathway in which testosterone can be increased. So, be careful not to examine this whole scenario with a reductionist perspective. There are many factors at play here. So for example, the better your gut health, the better you absorb certain substances. And what's one way to get better gut health? Well, here's where the title of this video comes in. Urine therapy. Have you guys heard of that before? I don't know. So there's not a lot of research on urine therapy. Why? Well, because pharmaceutical companies can't really monetize it, right? So what's the evidence here? What's the evidence that I'm going off of? Besides, well, now my direct experience. Well, beforehand, it's the same evidence for meditation before mainstream science began to discover the incredible benefits of meditation. And that is the test of time. So many cultures have been utilizing urine therapy for hundreds of years, right? There are documented prescriptions for urine therapy found in ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and there are ancient Indian yogic texts and Chinese documents that describe the benefits of urine therapy. Now, there is even some scientific literature. Some people, it's not the perfect science that the mainstream science community likes, but there is some scientific literature that suggests that urine therapy may have anti-cancer properties. Cool, huh? So what is it in urine that is so beneficial? Well, no one can really put their finger on it. So here's my theory. My idea is that the bacteria in urine helps gut health. So we know that good bacteria is vital for our gut health. That's why people take probiotics, prebiotics, right? And urine contains good bacteria that are commonly used in probiotics, such as lactobacillus, streptococcus, and bifidobacterium. This has been studied. These have been found in urine. There are also bacteria that aren't normally classified as good bacteria in urine, such as staphylococcus, right? But the theory is that the bacteria in urine exist in such a number and diversity that the urine acts similar to a vaccine, and that it actually inoculates you from the bad bacteria that you ingest. Okay, so...
Holy fuck. That's a stretch, dude. That's a stretch.
Think of how bacterial vaccines work. Attenuated bacteria, like weakened or a bacteria that's in a small amount, are introduced into your body and activate your immune system. So urine may very well be a type of bacterial vaccine that dramatically improves gut health.
So to be honest, I don't really fucking know, but I would think anything your body is eliminating is trying to get rid of, you know? It's something it does not want anymore. I would think this is a very logical process of we are eliminating what is not useful to us now, thus get rid of it, not put it back in. You know? I don't know, man. Like, there's a reason why we have like binding proteins and shit in the body that retain sex hormones and stuff like that. You have SHBG, you have albumin, you have shit like this on purpose that regulate which tissues get what. And they prevent the excretion of shit, the elimination of shit for a reason. Now, if your body actually wants to get rid of something because it has too much, doesn't deem it useful, thinks it's toxic, whatever the fuck, it gets rid of it. So when you're like taking a thing your body has decided it doesn't want and ingesting it again, like, I don't really know what the outcome of that is. I would think too, if your gut microbiome is compromised and is, subpar, you would not want to be re-ingesting the literal excretion of that bad baseline. I would think you'd want to replace it with, if urine worked, the urine of somebody with a perfect gut microbiome or like a much better diversity than you, rather than your own, if you were even in a position where you even had to pursue this in the first place, which I imagine you'd have to be a pretty compromised individual in order to actually pursue urine therapy where it would actually be beneficial, rather than just having a good diet, lifestyle, sleep hygiene, etc., and developing your own healthy gut microbiome on your own. So, I don't know, man. This is a bit, I don't know.
So that's my theory. And as you should know, a healthy gut is connected to all areas of health, including mental health.
So, by the way, there's like all the shit he's saying about gut health and whatnot and how it connects with the, the brain gut axis and shit. Like, it's all stuff I am totally on board with. I just don't know how efficacious drinking your own urine would be. I would imagine very little, if any. And to be honest, I would speculate it might be harmful. I don't really know for sure, but I would think you don't want to be ingesting the thing you just got rid of intentionally,
So for this exact same reason, for gut health, I also consume a small amount of my feces daily. Now, I won't show that on here, but be sure to subscribe to my OnlyFans and I'll show you if enough people are interested. So,
holy fuck, dude. Isn't there like a type of porn that's like about this shit? I forget what it is. This is like 2 girls, 1 cup shit, dude. This is fucked up. So, now what's interesting about it is I've actually seen the research on fecal transplants for gut health. So it's not like he's totally off in fucking crazy person land when he's saying the benefits of feces. However, again, this circles back to you probably have a compromised microbiome if you're somebody who's going to pursue a fecal transplant to begin with. And again, delivery method. Is this something you're going to orally ingest? Probably not, bro. You're probably going to get it shoved up your ass. All this shit is going to be better up your ass, bro. Like, why are you not doing that? This is what you're supposed to be doing. Even according to the scientific literature, that literally shoves shit up people's asses to improve their gut health. Now, you don't shove your own shit up your ass, no. You find somebody with perfect gut health and they are screened meticulously. You take their shit and you get a colonoscopy and you shove it right into your shit. like you shove it right up into your system and get the benefits of the bacteria from that. But it's not yours. Like, you would not use your own. Like, theoretically, I would think this would be something you would only be pursuing. Like, the only thing that makes sense to me is this would be something you'd pursue if you had a poor gut microbiome rather than an optimal one. You wouldn't be eating your own shit if you already had a perfect gut microbiome, I would think. So you would be somebody with a severely compromised one, and then you wouldn't eat your own shit of your own compromised microbiome. In fact, you would instead get the shit from somebody who's super healthy and then not orally ingest it. You would put it into a way that can actually get delivered effectively to yield the benefits that you're trying to get out of it. So again, it's like, I don't know, it's like what's with him and being like he's willing to eat the shit, but he's not willing to go the full 9 yards, and is that the fucking saying? The full 9 yards, and get like actually administer it in a way that's gonna work, Like, all the shit, Semen should be going up your ass, bro, not in your mouth.
So click the first link in the description. There's also some studies behind this, right?
Oh shit, effective oral capsule versus colonoscopy delivered fecal microbiota transplantation and recurrent C. difficile infection. I am going to go read this and then I will get back to you. Okay, so I'm in the study now. An interesting conclusion among adults with recurring C. difficile infection. Is that what it is? C. difficile. Yep. Oral capsules was not inferior to delivery by colonoscopy for preventing recurrent infection over 12 weeks. Treatment with oral capsules may be an effective approach to treating RCDI. Interesting. So I was not expecting that, to be honest. I thought, in fact, it was found pretty consistently that it was not going to be a good means of going about it. Again, though, I don't really know. This is a new area of research for me. The fecal transplantations obviously has nothing to do with the actual hormonal components that we were discussing earlier. So maybe I'm wrong on that. However, I remember, the only reason I know about this shit, by the way, like this is not something I research heavily, but Michaela Peterson, the carnivore diet connoisseur, she had C. difficile and she was trying to resolve it using these oral shit capsules basically, and she ended up not fixing it with the capsules, if I recall correctly, and she in fact had to go get the this might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she went to get the actual transplantation done the correct way. Or, you know, what is seen by many as the superior way, whatever. But I don't know for certain. I just know that the oral capsules did not seem to work, anecdotally based on her feedback. But again, it's not like I follow this shit closely, so no pun intended. You know, maybe it's worthwhile. However, again, circling back to the whole components of the feces itself, when you're transplanting your own, if you have a subpar gut microbiome, which is the whole point of you fucking, you know, pursuing this, you would use somebody else's who is in perfect health, who has perfect gut health, not your own. So I don't really get, again, even if the administration technique works, I don't really get the point of transplanting your own into yourself. You know, like I'm missing the point here, because are you reinforcing the strength of your own gut microbiome, even though it's already perfect, by doing this? Like, why not find the shit from like a perfect donor and then do it properly? Spend a little money. Like you have like 2.5 million subscribers. Get some like high quality shit, bro.
Animals ingest their feces for reasons, right? This a whole nother video I'll do on it, right? So anyway, how exactly do I drink my own urine? Well, there was a study done that showed that distant intention affects formation of water ice crystals. So essentially, positive thoughts create aesthetic looking ice crystals while negative ones create the opposite. Look at these pictures. Which one would you rather have in your body, right? So to maximize the vibration, you could say, of my urine, I put it in a quartz singing bowl that resonates at the musical note A, which is
like, I wonder how many people, like, first of all, I don't even know if this is a April Fool's thing still or not. I'm trying to treat it as seriously as I can, even though it could be just fucking total horseshit. But like, I'm wondering how many people have like done this kind of stuff from his videos.
Which is connected to the third eye chakra. Each chakra is actually connected to a different note, vibrates at a different frequency, right? Probably do another video on that. But while I'm doing this, I'm creating the intention, I love you, and projecting it onto the urine. So the urine is forming these cool little ice crystals, right? Then I drink it and I rub it on my body, including my hair. Urine therapy has also been rumored to help hair growth. I believe it probably does to an extent. How much, I don't know.
You had to add that in, bro. You had to add in that wiping urine on your head probably helps a little bit. No, it doesn't. Come on. Fuck. This is not good. This is not a good thing to apply, dude. Like, if you're going to apply something to your hair that's going to do something, just apply the fucking pharmacology that works, bro. Like, come on. Fuck.
I do this 1 to 2 times a day. So 1 to 2 batches of urine per day. And wow, I mean, recently I've been feeling happier and healthier than ever. I have more energy. I'm putting on muscle faster. I'm learning new skills more rapidly. You'll see I have a cool video coming out. And it essentially seems like I have the neuroplasticity of a kid again. And I'm fairly positive that ingesting semen, urine, and feces are contributing to that. How much? I don't know. I think it's significant. So I will keep you guys updated with all my biohacks, and I hope you guys have a great day. So like, comment, subscribe, and peace. See you in the next video.
Okay, so anyway, the conclusion. Hormones in your semen, not going to work, unfortunately. The main components of it, the NGF, can't even cross the blood-brain barrier, is not going to be orally bioavailable. Same with testosterone, same with the oxytocin, all this shit delivered in specific ways on purpose to actually work, you know, and it's not orally, unfortunately. The urine therapy, I don't fucking know. I'm not a huge researcher into that field. Same with the fecal transplants. I was kind of surprised to see that oral capsules would even stand up to the literal injection of shit into your goddamn system, but what do you know? Who knows? It's one study, you know, small sample size. I don't really know. I didn't even read it very closely. I just went to the conclusion, to be honest, because I don't really, it's not of a high priority for me. So I'm not really sure on that one. All I would say is I know the transplants are generally used with high quality feces. If you're going to be doing it, I would not be using your own. In fact, I would not pursue any of this stuff whatsoever personally. So anyways, like obviously if you have a compromised gut microbiome, maybe look at the other shit, no pun intended, but I mean like the semen ingestion. I don't know about the urine, man, but anyways, the whole point, like half the fucking video was kind of a rebuttal to my last video, and I think I've thoroughly dispelled all of the, if there was even something to like rebut in the shit. I already sufficiently explained in the first one, but I think I brought the pharmacology that was in question into this to kind of explain the specific hormones, how they break down, how they would survive / not survive, why it would somehow get absorbed through the vagina but not orally, you know, shit like that. So again, no pun intended. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplacemordates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplacemordates, Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, couple podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below, as well as my TRT clinic. It's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home, where you can get actual bioavailable medications compounded by pharmacists who know how to deliver hormones to your actual, to where they're trying to go, as opposed to just randomly, haphazardly ingesting bodily fucking excrement. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.